I read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The main characters are Chief, McMurphy, and Nurse Ratched. Basically, it takes place in the 1960s in a mental institution, and McMurphy comes in and disrupts Miss Ratched's entire establishment. Anyway, an example for this book to be used on the AP exam for question 3 was from even 2015. The question was, in literary works, cruelty often functions as a crucial innovation or major social or political factor. Select a play, a book, whatever, blah, 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 that which acts as a cruelty are important to the theme. Then write a well-developed essay, obviously saying about cruelty and how it reveals about the perpetrator and or victim. So McMurphy, he was important to the theme just as much as Miss Ratched or Nurse Ratched. She was able, her cruelty showed McMurphy that he had to do something, and he was able to put away his own ego, his own pride, his own need to be free, because he could have been freed if he just followed her rules, but he went against it because he saw what his actions were doing to the other men. The other men were able to rally around him, and they actually started to gain their own confidence back, where people were like Harding. He decided to leave the mental institution because of McMurphy. In the end, although Miss Ratched did win by making McMurphy a vegetable, so to speak, she did not win because McMurphy was able to show that her establishment was not strong, that she ruled by fear. And I think that's very important to even know about. Some of my questions, I don't like that. Okay, predict the relationship between McMurphy and the Big Merce. Are they ever going to get along? This was during part 2, and basically what was happening was that he just got admitted, and they were already having some tension. Like, you could already tell that he wasn't going to listen to her. So I was wondering if they would ever have gotten along, if he would ever go along with what she was going to say or her rules. No, that did not happen. A quote that I can go with this was, she stood up from the toy bowl and gave him a look that would peel paint and told him that it was his job to make the latrine cleaner, not dirtier. Basically, the quote was just her punishing McMurphy and him not listening to her and doing the exact opposite of what she wanted. And we can even see this pattern happening throughout the book. I think no matter what, the important part of this entire book was that McMurphy was a symbol. He was a symbol of freedom for these men, these other patients. He even got Chief to come along with him, and Chief was able to break out and find his own freedom again, and go back to his land, where his father was. He lifted the fog, is what they say throughout the book, from these patients. I think another crucial part within this book is the style too. Just because I think the important part is that the author wrote it as in Chief's narration. I think that's what the movie, because there is a movie, lacks in. It wasn't set in Bromden's point of view. It was set just third person. And I think since it's set in the Chief's point of view, it gives you more of an insight and of how he's feeling, of how he feels about the entire place, how he feels about Nurse Ratched, how he feels about McMurphy, how he feels about all the events. And I think that's important, because if it was set in McMurphy's view, we would just see how he's rebelling, like how he was feeling about rebelling. Or if you see Harding, he doesn't know as much. Chief knows more because of his experiences of being in that place, listening his entire 10 years he was there. Anyway, that is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I hope that helps for everyone else taking the AP exam.